All right, so Monday, December the 20th, 2021, and we're starting area and perimeter. We'll start out with perimeter. And this says that the perimeter of a figure is the total length of the distance around the figure. So for example, over here, we have a square and the length of all four sides is 4. So the perimeter in this case would be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. The perimeter would be 16 centimeters. So perimeter of a figure is the total length of the distance going around the figure. Now the units of perimeter are the units of length, and the units of length are millimeter, centimeter, meter, and the kilometer. So whenever you measure perimeter, the unit is either going to be millimeter, centimeter, meter, or kilometers. All right, let's talk about the area of a shape or the area of a flat shape. Now, a flat shape is a two-dimensional shape, and those are the shapes that you are used to. So your triangle, your square, your trapezium, your parallelogram, those are examples of a flat or a plane geometric shape. Now, the area of a flat shape is the measure of the amount of space the shape occupies, or the amount of surface within the borders of the shape. So when you are measuring area, for example, down here you have a triangle. This shaded space here, that is what area measures. Area is the amount of space the shape is what? Covering. Area is the amount of space the shape is covering. So when someone talks about area, they're talking about the amount of space or surface within the shape. You're talking about the amount of space or surface within the shape. So when you measure area, that shaded space is what you're measuring. All right. So area of a flat shape is a measure of the amount of space or the space occupied by the amount of surface within the borders of the shape. Guys, the units of area are millimeters, millimeter square, centimeter square, and kilometer square. So the units of length are millimeter, centimeter, meter, and kilometer. And the units of area are millimeter square, centimeter square, meter square, and the kilometer square. Guys, we're not going to spend a lot of time tarrying on that. So whenever you talk about area, area is measuring surface. How much surface is within this shape? That is what area is measuring. Whereas perimeter is measuring the distance around the shape. Guys, let's have a look at the triangle. All right, now there are about 3 formulae for the area of a triangle. I'm only going to teach you 2. I might teach you the other one at some later time, but for now, I'm only going to teach you 2. One, you know from primary school, that the area of a triangle is given by the formula area is equal to half base times height. Area, so the area of a triangle, given the base and the height, the area is half base times height. Please have a look at the 3 diagrams. All right, have a look wherever you see height, and you'll notice that height is associated with the right angle. Height is associated with the right angle. Notice wherever there's height, you have a right angle. Wherever there's height, you have a right angle. Wherever there's height, you have a right angle. Height is associated with the right angle. If there's no right angle, there is no height. Stay with me. Note that height is the perpendicular distance between the base and the opposite vertex. Any side of a triangle can be the base. All right, here's the second formula for the area of a triangle. Now, this is the area of a non-right angle triangle when you're given the length of two sides and the inclusive angle. So here you have a triangle. First of all, it's a non-right angle triangle. You know the length of two sides. The length of this side is A, the length of this side is B, and the angle between them is the angle C. The area of this triangle is equal to a half AB sine C. So the area is a half the product of the what? The two sides multiplied by the sine of the angle between them. All right, so let's start by having a look at example 1. If you have a non-right angle triangle and you know the length of two sides and the angle between them, the area of the triangle is a half the product of the two sides times the sine of the angle between them. Example 1 says, calculate the area of the following triangles. Example 1 says, calculate the area of the following triangles. All right, so let's have a quick look at example 1. And in example 1, we're asked to calculate the area of the following triangles. So for example 1, the height of the triangle is 6 centimeters, and the length of the base is 9 centimeters. So the area is equal to a half base times height. So this is a half times the base, which is 9, times the height, which is 6. So 2 goes into 6 3 times, and 3 times 9 is 27. So this is 27 centimeters square. So the height is centimeters, the base is centimeters, centimeter times centimeter is centimeters square. So guys, I was saying this earlier, I'm going to say it again for the video. Whenever you calculate area, it always involves multiplying two lengths with the same unit. So that is how you end up with the unit square. Whenever you calculate area, it will always involve multiplying two lengths with the same unit. So if you're multiplying centimeter by centimeter, that is how you get centimeter square. Guys, you cannot calculate area using two separate units. The two lengths that you multiply must be of the same unit. Let's have a look at B. Now in B, there's no height and there's no base. So this is a non-right angle triangle, and we're given the length of two sides. The length of this side is 90 centimeters. The length of this side is 1.2 meters. And the angle between the two sides is 72 degrees. Now, if you have a situation like this, you have to use the formula. Area is equal to a half AB sine C, where A and B are the lengths of the two sides and C is the angle between them. So for example, for here, A is, I could say, is 90 centimeters. Now B is 1.2 meters, which is equal to 120 centimeters. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, and 1.2 meters is equal to 120 centimeters. Guys, whenever you calculate area, it will always involve multiplying two lengths with the same unit. So the area of this triangle would be a half times the base, which is 120, or 120 times 90. Those are the lengths of the two sides. And the sine of the angle between them, which is 72 degrees. A half of 120 is 60. So this is probably what? 5,400 times the sine of 72 degrees. Put that in a calculator and press equal. So a half is 0.5, sorry, don't need to do half again, 5,400. The sine of 72 degrees.
Sir.
And my answer is 5,000. I am hearing you. Just let me finish. 305,135.7, and this is centimeters square. All right, so I think the answer is not correct, so I'm going to double check. So I have 5,400 times the sine of 72 degrees, close bracket, then press equal. Actually is correct. It actually is correct. So this answer is correct. Yeah, it is correct. All right, if you find yourself getting a different answer, it could be that your calculator is on the wrong setting. All right, so if you find yourself getting a different answer, it could be that your calculator is on the wrong setting. Your calculator should be on degrees and not on radians. All right, let's turn the page and have a look at the next two examples. All right, example 2. Example 2A says the base of a triangle is 13 centimeters long and its area is 52 centimeters square. What is the height or altitude of the triangle? Now, normally you would be given the base and the height in order to calculate the area. In this situation, you're given the base and the area and you're asked to calculate the height. This is what I would do. I would use the same formula. The area is equal to a half base times height. So I would use the same formula for area. The examiner mentioned two things. He mentioned the base, which is 13 centimeters long, and the area, which is 52. So what I would do is I would write the formula, and he's asking you for height. I would write the formula for a triangle that has area, base, and the formula for the area of a triangle with base and height. I would put in what I know and work to find what I don't know. What I know from this formula, I know that the area is 52 is equal to a half times the base, which is what? 13. What I don't know is the what? What I don't know is the height. So what did I do, guys? The examiner gave me the what? The base and the area, and he's asking me to find the height. I would write the formula that includes base, area, and height. I would put in what I know and then work to find what I don't know. So let's work. This is 52 over 1 is equal to 1 times 13. 1 times 13 times h is 13h over 2 times 1 times 1 is still 2. Guys, if I have one fraction is equal to one fraction and I want to get rid of the fractions, what must I do?
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply.
Cross multiply.
So let's cross multiply. 1 times 13h is 13h is equal to 2 times 52, which I think is 104. The last step is to divide both sides by 13. And if I do, let's see what we're going to get. I think this is probably what, 8? Can somebody divide and tell me what you get?
8.
104 divided by 13. The answer is 8 centimeters. So I'll say it again. Normally, you'll be given the what? The height and the base and asked to calculate the area. In this case, you're given the what? The base and the area and asked to calculate the height. How would I approach it? I would write the formula, put in what I know, and work to find what I don't know. Guys, I just did A. I want you to do B. As soon as you finish, type your answers in the chat. All right, so let's have a look at B. B says the area of a triangle is 20 centimeters square and the length of its base is 8 centimeters. What is the height of the triangle?
Get that, sir?
If you get it wrong, is that what
I'm telling you that I get the answer, but I do not know how for you is for send it here.
Okay, fine. Let me just work it and then you'll see if it's correct or not. So this says the area of a triangle is 20 centimeters square and the length of its base is 8 centimeters. What is the height of the triangle? So I'd write the formula that involves area, base, and height. The area is equal to a half base times height. I would put in what I know. The area is 20. A half times the base, which is 8. And what I don't know is the height. A half of 8 is 4. So I have what? 20 is equal to 4 times h. That's 4h. Then I'll divide both sides by 4. And when I do, I'm going to get that the height is equal to 5 centimeters. Guys, please remember, height is a length and the unit of length is centimeters. The unit of area is centimeter. The unit of length is, the unit of area is centimeter square. The unit of length is centimeters. Guys, please have a try, please have a go at example 3. Example 3. Guys, for example 3, we're told that the area of a triangle. So the area of the triangle is equal to 66.3 meters square. We're asked to calculate, the area of the triangle below is 66.3 meters square. We're asked to calculate the size of the angle theta. All right, so what I would do is I would use the formula that involves the length of the two sides and the angle between them. So the formula is area is equal to a half AB sine C. I have to use this formula because I need to find an angle. All right, so first of all, I could not use the half base times height because there is no height. How do I know? No right angle, no height. So let's put in what we have. We know that this is 66.3 is equal to a half times A, which is 9, times B, which is 16, the sine of the angle between them, which is theta. So I need to find that angle theta. A half of this is 8, 8 times 9 is 72. So I'm end up with 72 sine theta is equal to 66.3. I'm going to divide both sides by 72. And so I have sine theta is equal to 66.3 over 72. Guys, if I know the sine of an angle and I want to find the angle, I must use sine inverse. If I know the sine of an angle and I wish to find the angle, I must use sine inverse. That means that the angle theta is equal to sine inverse 66.3 over 72. Theta is equal to 67, I think, 0.1 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is 67.
No, sir, 0.4.
Yeah, it's 67, just 67. If I want 0.0 degrees, or I could just say 67 degrees. It's equal to 67 degrees.